Hey, it's Josephine from the Pointe shop. Today I fitted one of my OG baby dancers. I fitted Rachel since she was, I think, 10 years old. It was her very first pair of pointe shoes, and she had the narrowest, most tapered, most compressive, tiny little feet ever. I remember your first few pairs of pointe shoes, it was so hard to get you over your box. And then at some point it switched. You were getting over. Yes, that was it. Yeah, so we always had to put you in something super tapered, but a lot of tapered shoes are so hard. So it was so hard to get over.
Yeah, I felt like there weren't a lot of options because my feet were so narrow.
She basically sank in everything because she had such a tiny little foot. But after years, she got a little bit wider, a little bit less compressive. She gained a little bit more muscle in her feet. She got a lot more flexible, so she had a little bit more options. So she's been in the same shoe for a couple of years, but I haven't seen her in a very long time. So I was really excited to see how she was doing and if there's any improvements that we needed to make. You're still narrow.
Yeah.
But it's a pretty wide shoe, and
I still have
the liner. It's still tapered on the inside, but I don't think you could have worn this at the very beginning. You probably would have sank. Your feet look great, though. This is what happens when I fitted you from your first pointe shoe. There's nothing wrong. Demi-plie? That looks good. Is it pressing anywhere?
No.
Straighten. Bring your left hip on point. Yeah, everything looks really straight, so there's nothing twisting. It looks pretty good. Step up onto both feet. Yeah. Okay, so when we first started fitting her, show them where you were before, pulled back. She couldn't get over her pointe shoes. This was her. So you can get to this level. Your ankles look so good. And this is a relatively square box, which she was never able to wear before, but she's gotten a little bit wider. She has a box liner in there, so it's a little bit tapered in the inside, but she would have still sank in this. I think you sank in everything.
Yeah.
It took a while to get to this level, but it's because she's gotten much more strong, so she can pull herself up. I'm curious though, I want to try a different shoe on you. Even if you've been in the same shoe for a really long time, it's nice to come back and get refitted once in a while because your feet definitely change. So even if you're done growing, your feet will still constantly change depending on what you're doing, what you're rehearsing. So this one comes up just a little bit longer right here. It's very similar to what you've already worn before. The only thing that I'm noticing with this one is just your pinky joint just sitting on top of it. That's being super picky. It's not even that bad. So this is without the box liner, and she already feels like it's sliding to the front. So she is still a tapered, narrow foot. Step up on 2 points. But yeah, this one actually looks a little bit better right here.
I feel it more hugging them.
Yeah. Do you feel your toes pressing more now?
Or I feel like my big toe is just sinking.
Yeah. Let's try it with the box liner. Is it because you have a narrower foot on your left?
Yeah.
Okay, so she wears 2 different liners on the inside because the left one is a little bit narrower, so she needs a bigger liner. If she doesn't have this, she can't wear a square shoe because her toes are still really tapered. Her toes will slide to the front if she doesn't do this. Now, Rachel couldn't do this before. So if you're really tapered and narrow and shallow, even if you have a box liner, you might still sink. And in that case, it's better to just do a tapered shoe. Demi-plie? Is it pressing anymore?
No.
Great. Step up on 2 points. So it looks really similar, but the heel comes up a little bit higher. It might stand a little bit better, but I think this shoe, because you're used to the low heel, it actually looks a little bit more streamlined. This is a slightly higher heel, so this is an option if you have problems with your heel slipping off. Rachel really doesn't. So she doesn't really need to do that.
I used to.
Yes, you used to. So she taught herself. This is a tapered foot that's going into a square shoe. So you have to have something on the inside to make that work. So either one of these would work for Rachel.
They still feel pretty similar.
Yeah, they are very similar. I like this heel on you if you can keep it on because it looks a little bit more streamlined. This part looks a little bit better on this shoe though. So sometimes you like the box better in one shoe and then the heel better in the other.
Yes, I like this.
Yeah, this part right here I think comes up just a little bit more in the wing so it doesn't have your pinky joint sticking out. Even though Rachel has gotten a little bit wider, if it's a square shoe, you have the danger of starting to sink later when the box starts to die. You can do one of 2 things. You can add a bigger liner. You're making it tighter on the inside. You can switch your toe pad or your padding option in the middle of the life of the shoe. When the shoe starts to die, you can add a spacer, or you can add a big tip, or you can add more lambswool to kind of like bring it up, or you can gently the box at the beginning so it dies a little bit slower. That's how you know your shoes are dying, when like the shoes start to flatten out and widen out and you start to sink. It was really nice just to sit down with Rachel just to catch up with her. She is a phenomenal human being, but I'm so proud of her because she took the initiative to help her community in ways that she can help the most.
When I became more involved in like the dance world, I started getting to notice beyond the surface of the artistry and like beautiful performance aspect of ballet. There's this like underlying elitist mentality that's been there for centuries, and you know, inequality and access to the art form. And so when I started to notice that, and I was experiencing that myself, so I wanted to help other dancers, help them start in ballet. So I started a program at the Mix Academy. So I teach a free weekly ballet class there, and we've continued to do that on Zoom. I thought that was amazing because she's taking her experience as a dancer and what she struggled with and helping the rest of the community. She's a senior now at OSHA, which is an arts college down the street from us. It was a great opportunity for her to mix academics and her love for dance. You know how like you went to a traditional ballet studio and you went to an art school too. If you had gone to a regular public school versus OSHA, like what do you think would have been different? I started ballet, I guess, at an age of what you might call late. So I started at like around 8, but then I came to the point where I feel like a decision that a lot of dancers have to make about, oh, do I pursue dance and like homeschool, or do I try to just pursue academics because it's way too hard, you know? And so that's when I was just so thankful for the opportunity to go to OSHA because it was the best of both worlds. I get to do academics and then I get to do my dancing in the afternoon, and it's been really great. Right now, I just finished applying to colleges, and I'm trying to decide, or I watched your video with Megan. And that was really helpful.
Oh, really? Oh, good. I'm so happy.
I liked what you said about how like college is where colleges go to die. I'm hoping that's not true.
No. Do you still want to dance?
So I applied to colleges that would have like a mix of dance and academics because I want to major in sociology. A lot of people feel like they have to give up academics in order to pursue dance because a lot of dancers will either be homeschooled or they will do online school just so that they can have more time to dance. But in Rachel's case, because she went to an art school, she was able to dance while she was in school and pursue her academics. And that naturally is transitioning her into the decision that she's going to dance in college as well. I encourage you to pursue as many different opportunities as possible because you don't know where your life is going to take you. But never feel discouraged that you are giving something up because it'll follow you forever.